I'm not shocked, but I'm still troubled. All right, before I get going on this, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, click the bell so you get notifications. Okay, so Kyle Rittenhouse found not guilty on all charges, which is a huge relief, but at the same time, I'm not surprised. And nobody in the world can accuse this particular jury of not being thorough. I mean, 3.5 days of deliberations. We were all sitting on pins and needles. The tension with the crowd outside of the courthouse in Kenosha was mounting. But I'm so grateful, and God bless this jury for doing the right thing, for doing what any decent American with any kind of common sense who saw the video knew what the right thing to do was to find him not guilty on all these counts. It was a clear-cut case of self-defense. Kyle, like I said before in a couple of my videos, Kyle represents every decent American who still believes in their right to protect their life, their liberty, and their property from thugs and criminals and domestic terrorists like BLM and Antifa. And the whole goal of the left is to take that away from us. And that's exactly what they were trying to do with Rittenhouse. That's why he's going to have a huge lawsuit with everybody who slandered, libeled, and defamed him during this entire process. Joe Biden, CNN, Facebook, YouTube, all of these corporations and entities and people are going to end up paying out big time. They better lawyer up. But here's why I'm troubled. Relieved about Kyle Rittenhouse. He's going to go free. He deserves it. He's been through hell. Hopefully he and his mother can take some time to relax and take a vacation. But what's troubling is this trend across the country of DAs and prosecutors bowing to the demands of an ignorant, outraged mob and prosecuting innocent people like Kyle Rittenhouse. Prosecutors and district attorneys are supposed to be just as interested in exonerating the innocent as they are in convicting the guilty. They're supposed to do their jobs and represent the state without passion or prejudice. They're not supposed to have any interest in their cases other than to seek justice and to seek the truth. They had all of the exculpatory evidence right there in front of them, and they charged him anyway. All of the evidence is right there in the video footage. All of the video footage. I mean, we saw the events take place from several different angles, and it doesn't matter which angle you look at it from. Kyle Rittenhouse was defending himself against people who were trying to kill him. Yet the DA's office in Kenosha decided to charge him with murder for the sake of a narrative. They played games with his 18-year-old boy's life. They wanted to send him away for life to push a fallacy of white privilege, white supremacy, and systemic racism. And that is corruption and evil to its very core, but we're seeing it over and over and over, especially with these events that took place on the heels of the George Floyd incident, like Officer Davis, for example. Officer Davis goes to court to fight for his freedom on November 29th. This is another case that should never have gotten this far. It should never have even started. You probably all remember the footage. This is Officer Davis dealing with Amari Johnson. Amari Johnson was at a trolley station without a trolley pass. Officer Davis at the time believed he was smoking. Approached Johnson to investigate. Told him he wasn't free to leave. Told him he was being detained. And you can see right here, Johnson's behavior in this video is agitated. He's moving around. He's getting all jerky. He's balling up his fists. He keeps standing up, even though Officer Davis told him several times to stay seated. And he's getting in his face, and he's being unruly. I've done a couple videos on this incident. And if you want to go back and watch the body camera footage from Officer Davis, Amari Johnson is disrespectful. He's uncooperative. He's vulgar. He's making Officer Davis' job so difficult in this case. And this is a low-level use of force, right? You see Officer Davis, he pushes him down to sit back down, but this is after Amari Johnson slapped his hand away. He slapped Officer Davis' hand off of him. Officer Davis was trying to detain him. Johnson was trying to walk away. Degas put his hand out to say, no, you're not free to leave. Johnson slapped it. Battery on an officer. He's under arrest at that point. Okay, he's being charged with battery on an officer. The charges were later dropped. Now, conveniently, in this cell phone video right here, taken by one of Johnson's buddies, they edit out the portion where Johnson hits Officer Degas. Okay, but this case is going to court. They lost their motion to dismiss the case, and now they're going to court. They're going to have a trial on November 29th. This is very disturbing. Summer Stephan, who is the DA in San Diego County, is bringing charges against Officer Degas to once again push the narrative and to appease an ignorant, woke mob who, again, they see and hear something on mainstream media telling them, here's another police officer who shot a black man, and he did it out of cold blood and because he's racist. And then the mob erupts. They go and they burn down the cities. They damage property. They kill people. They hurt people. And then DAs like Summer Stephan go, well, I guess we better charge Officer Degas so that we can quell the rioting. Instead of allowing police officers and military, if need be, to do their jobs and stop the riots and arrest, charge, and prosecute the rioters. But no, instead, we're going to charge people like Officer Degas who do their jobs, who protect and defend the Constitution, who protect and defend their communities, who are good people. He's looking at possibly 3 years in prison because Summer Stephan and the city of La Mesa went about this very backhandedly and hired a private investigative firm to manufacture misconduct on the part of Officer Degas. He was cleared in the use of force, right? A lieutenant from the La Mesa Police Department said the use of force was justified. After watching the body cam footage, the use of force was justified. He was cleared. But Summer Stephan wasn't satisfied with that. So they hired an outside private investigative agency and paid them $75,000 to write up some sort of brief or report indicating that Officer Degas lied in his police report, which he did not. And now they're pursuing charges against him. They're pursuing a conviction. This is what troubles me. This is disturbing. Once again, and prosecutors are supposed to seek justice. That's it. They're supposed to prosecute actual crimes. Amari Johnson has committed several crimes since this incident with Officer Degas, and Summer Stephan, the DA, has refused to charge him because he's her star witness in this case against Officer Degas. So reach out to Clear Officer Degas on Instagram. I'm going to post a couple of links in the description section or in the comments so that you can go to those links and learn how you can support Officer Degas. We want to pack the courtroom during the trial in support of him and his family. This is not okay. This is not good. Again, this is corruption. This is evil. This is a dereliction of duty and responsibility on the part of these DAs who are pursuing charges and convictions against innocent people for the sake of this radical leftist narrative and fallacy that police officers are systemically racist, and every time they deal with a person of color, it's unjustified. No matter how low level the force is, it's unjustified because of racism. And it's 100% garbage. And there needs to be some accountability on the part of these district attorneys and these prosecutors. I hope the people in Kenosha start raising hell with the DA there, with Michael Gravely's office, for bringing charges against Kyle Rittenhouse when it absolutely was not warranted. And again, I hope Rittenhouse sues the shit out of their office. And again, out of every entity, every platform, every agency or person that defamed him during these proceedings. But go to the links in the description section to see how you can help Officer Degas and his family. They need our support. We need to start putting the pressure on the DAs to do the right thing and on these judges and scream a little bit louder than the opposition in these cases. Like I said before, Officer Degas' case isn't as high profile as Rittenhouse because because nobody was killed, thank God. But the outcome of this is every bit as important. The implications of the outcome of this case are crucial for police officers and how police officers are going to react and respond to crimes, no matter who it is, whether it's a person of color, whether it's a white person. If an officer can't trust that a DA like Summer Stephan isn't going to prosecute them for doing what they're commissioned to do, for what they swore to do per their oaths, then we're not going to have officers enforcing the law and preventing crime and doing the job in the first place. So this is important. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Again, go to the links in the description section or in the comments, and let me know what you guys think about this. Show Officer Degas your support. Show his wife Christina some support. Again, subscribe to the video, like the video, share the video, comment, hit the notification bell. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next time.